Hello, my name is Maria Jose Lidia, and on behalf of Youth Innovation and Entrepreneurship Platform, I welcome you to our talk show series. The talk show series is part of the Youth Entrepreneurial Training Program, carefully designed to develop or improve your entrepreneurial competences. Each month, except August, a university member of the Youth Alliance organizes and hosts the talk show. Each of them takes 2.5 hours, including break, and runs always online. Before the break, the talk show is open to all community members, and after the break, the session is limited to those participants registered in the Youth Entrepreneurial Training Program. Please note that every talk show might have a different format. Some of them are recorded, others are live, and you will be there able to interact with the speaker. This will depend on the topic and the organizer. But this means that you will receive specific instructions each time you apply or register for the talk show. Please check them because this might change occasionally. In any case, we trust all sessions will be very stimulating, and we encourage you to give us your opinion so we can improve our approach according to your interests and expectations. We are working for you. Please enjoy and keep in touch.
Good morning from Toruń, from Poland, and from Nicolaus Copernicus University, when we have this great opportunity to start the program for Young University for the Future of Europe. And today we have this first talk show, and our topic will be motivation and achieving our goals, persistent in continuing and doing this. My name is Lidia Chylewska-Barakat, and I am psychologist. My main field of work is or are people with very difficult past, and from them I know that it's possible to go forward even we have a very, very difficult time in our lives. So what we will talk about today is some information about neuropsychology of our achieving, for to understand ourselves, why it's so difficult, why it's not so easy just to have a goal and do it. And the struggle, maybe all of you knows that how it is when we are planning to do something and how it is going. So it will be the first part maybe, but we will talk about as well how it is linked to different part of our brain for to achieve what we want. Maybe this motivation, I think, is not just how to say. Maybe we are talking about this topic too much. Maybe it's even too much, because it's not about goals usually. Usually it's about how to do it again and again, how to do it for the long period of time, and not quit from this goal which we have. So this will be about our habits, about our beliefs and attitudes which we have towards ourselves and towards the world. And the third thing will be how, using this knowledge about the brain, how we can set our goals and what we should add to this smart model about achieving goals to really put our goals in the proper and effective way. And for our workshop, which will be after this theoretical part, we will talk about types of motivation, and that we are different, and that there is no one type of motivation which is linked to differences between us and to understanding ourselves, and with very simple idea that what can motivate me maybe can dismotivate you. So it's about who we are and know ourselves a little bit better. And maybe to start our lecture or talk, I will just say a little bit about who we are. And maybe this picture of the plant shows you the idea which is for me very basic for our topic. When we are born, we have everything to be ourselves and to have anything we want. We have our own plan to be the best version of ourselves. And maybe it's very easy to say, but it's in the same time very true about ourselves. Not always we are believe that sometimes the best way to be ourselves it is let it be. What means that we need sometimes a little bit time and waiting, and not to be too quick to be ourselves. If we are using this metaphor of plant, you can see that it's impossible to say to our plant, grow quicker, or maybe you should have not this color of flower, maybe you should be someone different, or maybe we will be, it's impossible when we say to this plant that it should be something else. Or when we are talking about human being, that we should be somebody else at all. But in our reality, it happened. So if we can use this metaphor, a plant needs environment which will be good for this plant to grow. And when we are in this world, it's not always like this. So what we need, like this environment, means that we want to be wanted in this world, that somebody wants that we are here, and we are seen as we are. We are seen, that's very simple thing, but sometimes is impossible, and we are feeling ourselves like invisible people, and this makes us a lot of problems especially in achieving our goal to be ourselves. Sometimes when we are here, we are not doing what we want, but somebody else has planned for our future, for who we should be, how we should behave, think and feel in this world. And this environment let us be not ourselves, because we should fulfill somebody else's plan. So we can't grow as we are born to this. And this is, it could be linked to how we are thinking in this world, how we are thinking about ourselves, how we are thinking about other people. If we are feeling that we are okay, that we are proper person, and if we can't do that, it's very difficult to think about ourselves as a self-efficacy person. And this belief, as researchers are shown, is very basic to achieve our goals. So if it's like this, we have this inner critic, which is all the time in our head, and we are listening to this voice that you are not enough, you are not doing well, you should do more, you should make our people be glad, be happy, even if you are not. And what we need is that we can be ourselves. We need acceptance for this. It's not so easy for others, because even our parents, they are thinking that they are doing the best, and they don't want that we will make the same mistakes like them. Maybe they didn't use their chance to grow up, to develop, and they now won't give this knowledge to us. But sometimes they can forget that we have our own plan, and that their job is to make this plan happen. So when we are talking about this environment, we are talking about being in between people, being in warm, safe and supported relations with our parents, with our siblings, with our family member, with other people which are with us. And we are in need to have information to be oriented what is going on. And this, when we could be oriented, then we can be calm, then we can make plans. Without this orientation, it's impossible to be in this world. And we a lot of times are in the lack of information or even disinformation from our environment. Then we have not enough to make good plan and achieve our goals. What we need also is the right to be autonomic, independence, and that we can be ourselves. So when we have these rights, these permissions, we can grow as we are, and then our thinking, feeling, sensations are like combined together and working towards our goals. It's not always like this, and sometimes we have like clouds in our environment. It could be neglect, it could be too much love, too much protection, it could be like poverty, it could be like too much good things around of us. This is possible as well, which make us losing our intention in our life. And then we are looking for the goals which can give us this what we need in our life, but using the strategies of others which are not ours. And we, this time, in such a situation, we can lose the connection between what we want from our heart, what is our intention, and what our brains need. Our thinking could be influenced by others, and now we are in the days where we have a lot of media, people talking about what is important and what you should be. And people, when we ask them what they need, they are talking that this is about be a millionaire or be a best in kind of sport or something like big, very, very big. But this money are for something, and usually they are for to be loved, for to be accepted, for to be supported, for to feel safe. They are just a strategy to reach what we really want from this world. And usually it's be calm, happy, live in peace, and be loved. So they are very basic needs according to a lot of psychologists like Maslow or McClelland. And when this environment is not so good, then when we are thinking about goals, as you can see, we are thinking, that means that we are using this part of brain which is in the surface of it. So we called it neocortex, and neocortex is about our goals. It's about what we want using words, using our language, using our value system, using our personality, who we are. This is our conscience, and conscience is the basic thing to know what we want, and especially where we are now. And maybe the simplest definition of problem is that we have this problem when what we have is different from what we want. And it could be in our motivation the first step the conscience, where I am, what I have, who I am, who I have around of me, and when I am going is the thing which will come from this point. So where I will to go is like desire, is like intention. And it's very important to have it, and to have it in the words, because then we are able to make a plan to make our way to this plan, because we know what we want. It's not so easy, because this part of brain is a part used to have fantasy, to have dreams, to have goals. So when somebody tells us that you shouldn't think about something, it's very possible that you will have even no dreams about your future. So this part is absolutely important to know what we want and how to do it. And this is this part which is in the words. We can put in the words what we want. And it's important which words we are using. And we will talk a little bit more about how to put this goal in the proper way. But for this purpose, I want just go a little bit deeper in our brain. Because when having a goal is not enough. Under this surface, neocortex, we have two different brains. So we are the whole, we have the whole nervous system. And this part, we have two brains under the surface, which we are tending to fulfill in knowledge, orientation, information, and so on. The part which we call limbic system or emotional brain, which is under the surface, is the part about our emotions, our memories, especially these memories which are linked to our previous experience in the meaning of our successes and failures. So when we have a goal, sometimes it's like all this old thinking is coming and remembering us that, oh, it's not so good do something new, because usually I am not so good, I am not good enough. And this beliefs is not in our conscious brain. This beliefs is in our emotional brain. And when we have these beliefs about ourselves, they can stop our plans, they can stop us in achieving our goals. And it could be very effective. So usually we have no problem with setting a goal. We have problems with this thinking which is stopping us and tell us that we are not good enough, or that we should be perfect, or that we are stupid, or anything. And when we look at our beliefs, they are very, very important to know what can hold us in our way. This, what can hold us, we have different thing as well, and this second thing could be they could be our habits. To be successful or to be failure is a habit. And I have no idea how it is in your country, but in our country we are like very well trained to be failures. Because from the very beginning, everybody is telling us what we done wrong, what is not okay with us, when we made a mistake. And nobody is looking at our good and strange parts. So when you have this mathematic task, for example, we are talking to the child that here you have a mistake, but we are not inform the child where he is thinking well. So we are like trained to be failures, to not to achieve our goals. And habits, which are in this emotional brain, are very strong. So maybe to feel what I'm talking about, please just put your hand together like this. And then change it. Put your hands, all your fingers, in the opposite way. And look how it is. You can do the same with doing like this and change it. Maybe what you can experience is that this second part is a little bit strange, uncomfortable. It's not so easy, because usually when I'm asking people to do it, they are thinking, oh, what do you mean opposite? How should I do it? So as you maybe can see, as you can notice, that we in this not usual way should use our attention, our thinking. And this thinking is taking from us energy. And our brains are for to save energy. So habits are very needed in our lives. It will be very difficult if from the morning every time we should think how to go to the bathroom or how to make a coffee, and always with thinking. So habits are very well. They are saving our energy. But when they are in the emotional brain, it's not about bad or good, because about bad or good is this conscious mind. So when we have bad habits, it's very hard. And researchers show that only 5% of us have this habit of success. So it's probably you are in this group which is full of successes, and you have no problem with your motivation, and you are full of success. I wish it is like this. But if not, what is in this emotional brain, what you can see, this thinking, maybe this like for children picture, you can see that this surface of our brain is for resonate, for thinking and for knowledge. This emotional brain is about how we are and how we are feeling, how we are in relationships, because when we are talking about mama's brain, so you can see that it's about instincts and it's about to be together. And where we are along with our plans, it's very difficult to achieve anything. So we need other people to be connect, and usually where we are connect to them, then we can achieve much more than when we are alone. And this emotional brain has as well different part which is responsible for our energy, which level of energy we have. And it's very simple, because when we have no energy, we have no willpower. If I am tired, hungry, rejected, failed, it's very difficult to stand up and go to the another goals. For to exercise, I need sleep well, I need drink water, I need eat. They are before we set these reasonable goals. And if we have this energy, we are able to do something. Our problems usually are like, even if you are trying try new habits, learn something new, like exercising every day, we have not enough energy to do it. So to achieve our goals, to persist in them, what we need is take care about ourselves like we are take care about our animals at home, our pets. So sometimes we can say that treat you like a dog or a cat, which can sleep. We are giving them water, something to eat. We are taking our dog to on the walk. So when we are doing this, our dog is happy and full of energy, and everything is going good. And then you can teach your dog new habits. But it's impossible when this dog will be hungry, because this is much more important. And this basic needs for food, for fresh air, for water is in our, we are calling this reptilian brain, which is here in our head. And as you can see on this picture, it's like it's a brain which is from the time of dinosaurs. We have the same dinosaurus brain, like a base of our human being. And this part of brain is responsible for our stress reactions, because in this part, in brain stem, we have this centers for regulating our heart beating, our breath, muscles tension, and how our body parts are working. And this is very, very basic to our goals. When we are healthy, when we are every needs are met, then we are in a good condition to make these human goals. But when we are angry, when we are in the big stress, it's very difficult to achieve our goals. And it's very usual. But maybe it will be good metaphor which is used to show how how is this made in our brain, because it's maybe a little bit difficult to think about neocortex, limbic system, brainstem, or something like this. So we are using it from business, taken from business to psychology, that it's like this metaphor is like a rider. Our neocortex is like a rider who is sitting on the elephant. And this old brain, emotional brain, and brainstem are metaphor of elephant. And then maybe it will be more clear that this rider is about what and how do things. What we want, when we are going, and how to go there. But who is doing it is elephant, is our body. So to this motivation part is in our rider, our thinking brain. But this perseverance in achieving goals is in the elephant. And elephants usually are lazy. And for sure, if you have any pets at home, you can see that any changes are not so well welcome. And as you saw before, they need energy. And our old brains is for safe energy, because the rider sometimes is a little bit crazy. He wants too much, and he wants different things in the same time. He wants too much. Sometimes this rider wants things which are very, very far from now. So for the elephant it's too far. And rider is not specific usually. He wants something, but it's like, for example, respect, to be respected. But for the elephant, for our old brain, it doesn't mean nothing, because this kind of thinking is abstract. So for our old brain, it means nothing. But when we are saying to our elephant that I need to be listened for 5 minutes, it's very clear information what is needed. And that's it. That's something what is basic in communication between rider and between elephant. And I will be back for this for a minute. So, summarizing this part, our rider should know when we are going and how to go there. And elephant needs to know why and for what. And for some of us, this question about for what is more important, and for some of us, why is more important. For what and why. So choose and answer for your question. Because when this old part of our brain doesn't see a sense, very concrete sense, what this elephant will have from the rider if he will go there. That's the most important part for achieving our goals. So, rider, again, our thinking, setting the goals, thinking what we want, and our old brain, which want to know for what we are doing what we are doing. But if we are using this metaphor about animals, maybe it's more clear that because we can train even elephants, we can learn them very strange things even. And usually it's possible when we are thinking about our words, what we can get from this, how we can treat ourselves, what we will have when we done it. And it's very important for the elephant to get this award and let him enjoy this award. But even elephants, even animals, so we are different in this way. And I'm sure that I will be able to send you some materials, some TED Talks or something like this, which is talking a little bit more about our words, that they are sometimes it's something external, sometimes it's something inside of us. So we are really different in this, and this is not about the money usually. They are important, but it's not about this. This is about our needs. And when our needs are met, our emotions are, as we can call them, positive, and then we have a lot of energy to do next things. And it's fantastic when we can achieve what we want and somebody can see it and say us, yeah, this is great, or good job, because this is maybe for human being the most important resource of our energy. When somebody tell us something good, a good words can make us like flying in this world. So, to put our goals, what you maybe know very well is that it should be positive. So our elephant is in need to know where to go and what to do, and not what not to do. Because it's for our brain very tricky when we can't do something. So first thing is thinking what to do in the positive way. What is your desire? What is your intention? And this intention we should explore a little bit more and make it specific. So if I want to be loved, is it I want to be loved by everyone in this world, or someone specific is important for me? And how will I know that I have it? So then we should know if it's possible. And this is tricky, because when we are talking about to be loved or respected, it's very hard make somebody do it for us. What we can control is just ourselves. We can control ourselves, but we can't control emotions or thinking other person. Of course, we have techniques to do it, but it's not about be happy and be open or respectful. So maybe the goal should be put like, I want love myself, accept myself, or respect myself. And because I'm respecting or accepting myself, I am doing these specific things, like assertiveness, like giving myself a chance for sleep, for do something for myself. It could be very specific. It's according, of course, to every one of us. So it should be as well in the present tense, in the meaning that our elephant is like 3, 4, 5, 6 years child. When you are saying when we are proposing your child that, okay, we will play this game on holiday, it's probably this child will beg to you for 5 minutes and say, oh, do we have holidays now? So our elephants can't wait. And that's the reason that our goal should be put in the present tense. So, I am earning, for example, $10,000 to the end of this year. So it's maybe a little bit strange, but this is about our brain. Our conscious brain can think abstractive, can think in the future and in the past, for our old brain, past and present are now. They are all the time. So when we are thinking positive and when we use our imagination to go when we want, it's like we have it. And then we have this energy to do it. So, and the other thing, what we are, what is good to do is that when we are talking about our goals in the first person. So that's the reason for this I am and in the present time. And it should be clear from where I will know that I have my goal achieved. So we need some clue, some things when I will know that yes, I got what I want. And usually we have this from the far perspective, but this is not about this far goal. It's usually about small steps which we are doing. And when we have these small steps, our elephant is really strange. He likes small steps and big awards. So even if it's not the end, what we need is to make awards for every step on our way. And some other things which are important. It's basic, as you remember, is our energy, how we are treat ourselves. Do we exercise? Do we drink water? Do we eat in the proper time? Do we eat things which are enriching us, nourishing us? So that's the basic. And then you can think about your goals. If they are important for you, really for you, it doesn't mean that they should harm anyone. But usually it's okay and you can be yourself. So it's important, if it should be important for you, even if it's degree, master degree or something like this. It's not for your parents, it's not for people who are watching you. Think if it's good for you. What will you get if you achieve this? And this check if it's formulated in a positive way, if it's formulated in the present tense, here and now, if you have proper and possible time for do what you want. Usually we want our goals very quick, but you have your own time. Maybe because you are introverted, it will take a little bit more time than when you are extroverted. And it will be different. Do it in your way. And look if you have clear actions, what we want to do. But this is about these small steps. Check if it's possible. I mean, this physical boundaries, something like levitation maybe could be impossible, as I know, for the physics. But when you have real plan, real image of your goal, then it's possible. We are using now this technology. Maybe 200 years ago, if somebody was talking about such a thing like having small box and somebody is talking to different all around the world, maybe they look at him and that it's a little bit crazy because it's impossible. When you have clear plan, everything in this world starts in our brain. And if you know what you want and what could happen on your way, what could be difficult in achieving this goal, it's possible. So that's the very important thing. And our elephant needs words, and it should be clear, and don't forget about it. It's very basic for the next goals. Because when you think that your goal, your achievement, it's not good enough, and you are punishment your elephant because it's not good enough, just then this elephant will not have energy to do anything else. And worse, this thinking about that I'm stupid, not good enough, too slow, too quick, will continue in our heads and stop us from achieving anything else. So what we need, asking about our goals, it's maybe we can think what we want for ourselves, not from ourselves. So then we are the center, which is very healthy, without harming others and using others to fulfill our goals, with respect that they can have different goals and different needs. So from where will you know, that's the second question, that what you want is true for you? And sometimes it means that you should dig a little bit more, look a little bit more for what, not just stop about this $1 million. Think for what? What will you get? And if it's really good strategy to go there, and whose need is it? So maybe the other thing is as well that think about how you will know that you are in the proper way, on the proper way. It's a lot about our feelings and sensations. And they are like, how? GPS, what we have. If you are in the right place, right time, with right people, you will feel good. If not, you will feel it as well. It's not something negative, it's an information. Use them to look and to seek your goals, which are really yours. And think about what can maintain if you even achieve this goal. The first thing is to put other goals. It's very important not to wait too long. But what to do these other goals is usually about to maintain our joy, our happiness, our gratitude for the world. It's something what we want from this world. And how to do it, and that these motivational things are different, we'll talk a little bit after few minutes when we start our workshop, just for to look who we are and how nice is that we are so different, and we are the beauty of this world with our goals. So for now, thank you very much. Thank you for your time, your energy, and being with me. See you.